Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Coming Soon, Movie News with Niklsun, coming to you live from Los Angeles, California. This is going to be today's final installment of the San Diego Comic-Con update. This here is a project that I have been championing for a long time. John Schnepp, one of the hosts of AMC Movie Talk, has been working on this documentary for a long time. It's called The Death of Superman Lives, What Happened. And for those of you who know like Kevin Smith or at least follow Kevin Smith, you've been hearing about this proposed Superman idea for a long time. Back when Kevin Smith did his first An Evening with Kevin Smith documentary, or not documentary, his kind of stand-up Q&A going around to different colleges, one of the questions that really stood out, and it was one of his longest answers, was about the Superman film that Tim Burton was going to direct that he was asked to write the script for. You can find it on YouTube. If you just type in Kevin Smith Superman, you'll find it's about a 17-minute long video about where he talks about his role in bringing out this unique vision of Superman. And so Tim Burton was signed on to direct, the man who directed the original Batman film in 1989. Kevin Smith wrote the initial treatment for it, and another writer was brought on. One of Tim Burton's regular writers was brought on to do an updated rewrite on that script. But Nicolas Cage was signed on to play Superman. Let that sink in for a second. Nicolas Cage was signed on to play Superman. So again, let that sink in. And this was going to be, now I don't know if we're going to find out when the trailer, or when the actual documentary hits, which we still don't have an official release time yet. He's still working on it. I'll put a link in the description of this video where you can actually go and you can donate money to help this movie get finished. This is one of the only film products that I've ever financially supported, because I feel that it's that important. This is such a unique look into what happens in Hollywood when you think that it's a surefire hit. It's Superman. If they're proposing to do a Superman movie, it's gonna be made because it's Superman. And this movie went through so much, it almost got to the point of beginning production, and for one reason or another, the plug got pulled. And we're gonna find out why in the actual documentary when it does hit. But John Schnepp, during the Masters of the Web Comic-Con panel this morning, actually unveiled the first full trailer for The Death of Superman Lives, What Happened, and it gave an introspective look into a lot of the concept art, a lot of the ways about which they were going with the film. First off, the new types of Superman suits that Nicolas Cage was going to wear. One of them was actually going to be a regenerative suit that actually lit up. It looked very weird. This was going to be absolutely the weirdest comic book adaptation ever. And this documentary is really hitting home with finding out everything that was going to make it so weird. From the suit to the designs of Brainiac, who was going to be one of the main villains. Apparently Doomsday was going to be in the movie as well, and you get a very brief glimpse as to what their designs were for Doomsday in this movie, and he looks very different. Basically, they said big, hulking, spiky. Those were the only things that they said we need to keep, and you can redesign the character as you see fit. And so it was a very, very different version of a lot of these characters that people have come to know. And that was one of the things that was going to make this film so intriguing. If people had seen the actual trailer for this movie, if it ended up getting made, it would have caused a lot of people to go and see it just because of how weird it was going to look, how unique of a type of movie it was going to be. And a couple of things that I didn't even know until this trailer hit, apparently Chris Rock was going to be playing the role of Jimmy Olsen. So it was another departure from the source material. This movie was full of departures from the source material. Apparently, in the original script that Kevin Smith wrote, there were three things, according to his talk that he talked about on Evening with Kevin Smith, there were three things that the producer said that he didn't want to have. One, he didn't want to see him fly. Two, he didn't want to see him in the standard suit. And three, he needed to fight a giant spider in the third act of the movie. Now, we don't know, judging by one of the designs of Brainiac, it looks like he is some sort of giant spider type thing. So that would have been the giant spider part. The suit, we know that they were foregoing that because he was going to be flying around, but it was going to be a different type of suit. It wasn't going to be the standard Superman suit. And he was going to fly because they actually did show some test footage. When Lorenzo de Bonaventura is talking, who used to be the head of Warner Brothers at the time that they were making this movie, he said they saw some concept footage and they actually showed it of Nicolas Cage flying and landing in the Superman suit, in probably more the traditional Superman suit that he probably would have worn at the very beginning of the film or possibly near the end. But you see the looks of the different suits that he was going to be wearing throughout the film, and it's just very weird and unique. And I definitely recommend you guys check this out because it's a good look into the workings of Hollywood. And even though a project coming out could have such high potential, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to get made. There have been movies that have actually been filming and they got canned halfway through filming. So the fact that this movie got almost to the point of rolling cameras and then they pulled the plug, I'm very interested to see exactly why that happened, what the final reason was, whether or not it was the studio's pressure about the budget, about creative control and creative differences and all that kind of stuff. So it's going to be a very introspective look. So I definitely recommend you guys check it out. So again, I have the link for the for the trailer in the description of the video below. So you guys definitely want to check that out. And then let me know in the comment section what you guys thought of it. If you think that this is a documentary that you would be interested in seeing, if this would have been a movie that you would have wanted to see when it did come out, and just what your general opinions are about the thought of Nicolas Cage as Superman, Tim Burton directing a Superman movie while also having directed 2 Batman films. And just seeing how it could have been different from those Batman films. I want to hear all this kind of stuff from you because I really love talking about this. So, again, let me know what you think in the comment section below. You can follow me on Twitter at Niklsun, Niklsun, to get all your Comic-Con updates as well as regular movie information as it does come out. And you can also find me on our Facebook page at facebook.com/movie news with Niklsun. Don't forget to click the subscribe button, which is right below the video here, and also click the like button if you do like this video. And until tomorrow, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Take care.